Today is Monday, February 17th. It is President's Day, so markets are not open if you haven't noticed, but we do open for regular trading hours coming tomorrow morning. Here in this video, I will share with you all of your breaking news for Tesla stock, and wow, we have a lot of big news, including a hit piece from the Financial Times suggesting that FSD may be delayed in the Chinese market. This is something overall I think Wall Street has been overlooking, and I don't think there's much to really go off of from this hit piece. We have Elon Musk confirming that the Model Y is quote-unquote selling like hotcakes. That also coincides with delivery times being pushed back for customers within the US. Connecting the dots here, that could be a very good sign. And we also have sources that are confirming the cheaper, lower priced Teslas that are expected in the first half of this year are actually ahead of schedule. And there's some interesting data to coincide with that says maybe these quote-unquote sources are actually correct. We have a banger of a video for you guys today. I don't know how else to put it. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. That helps push these videos out to as many people as possible and really help the Tesla movement. Only about 50% of you are subscribed to the channel. So if you come here every day, whether you like these videos or not, you're not going to like every video. I share some pretty brazen opinions. Well, hit that subscribe button and let's get started. So honestly, I'm not sure where to start here. We should start with, I guess, the bad news and quote-unquote bad news. You got to take these hit pieces with a grain of salt. Financial Times is reporting that Tesla braces for delay in securing China's self-driving license. Chinese authorities said to be weighing approval as a bargaining chip in trade negotiations with Trump. The company has been told there is no definitive timetable for regulators to approve a license for it to begin widespread training of its full self-driving FSD technology, despite an earlier indication that it would get the green light in the second quarter of 2025, people with knowledge of the matter told the Financial Times. So basically, China could use FSD's, Tesla's FSD as kind of a bargaining chip towards Trump and the trade war, but I don't really believe this. I don't think Tesla is so important to the US or to, let's be honest, Trump, like if he wants to throw a tariff on China, FSD entering the Chinese market's like not going to stop that. Okay. So I don't know how far I actually believe this. Good news is I don't think Tesla stock has really cared much about FSD entering the Chinese market. We've kind of ignored that. Now, I think that's going to be a very big deal for profitability at Tesla because whoever buys FSD in China or subscribes to FSD is going to be like 90% net bottom line margins for Tesla. You could boost profitability a lot in the coming quarters and coming years with FSD in China, and eventually it will happen. But again, is this something that Wall Street has really cared about in recent weeks? Not really. Now, this is bigger news, and I actually think this is the big news, as well as what Elon Musk said as well about the new Model Y. But it's being reported that Tesla is ahead of schedule for releasing cheaper models early in Q2, sources familiar with the matter confirm. Now, normally I would just say this is a bit of a rumor, like this probably doesn't mean much, but wait. Joe Tetmeyer on February 14th writes this post, Valentine's Day at Giga Texas. Check out this snapshot short video to see what's going on this early morning, including a few views of a new production line under construction inside the third floor. There's literally a new construction line, which sure could be for the Model Y, of course, but they already have existing production lines for the Model Y. This is probably for the cheaper, lower priced Tesla. They are building the production lines for it right now. So for anyone, on Wall Street that believes this is going to be delayed or, not happening. Look, they already have the damn, robots getting set up. Like, there is a lot of progress being done here. This is not just an empty warehouse at this point, for a production line. Like, this is a pretty well-built production line at this point. Obviously, still work to do. But this, furthermore, kind of confirms the lower, cheaper priced Teslas should be coming here soon. And Wall Street, they have not cared about this whatsoever. It's like all of the good news recently for Tesla has been thrown out the window because Elon Musk's political affiliation and pissing off a couple people. In fact, I actually wrote on X, I think 90% of Americans believe Elon Musk is doing something great that should have been done a long time ago. So how does that, quote unquote, destroy the Tesla brand? I think what we are experiencing here, and there's a very scientific term for this. Let me know down below in the comment section what this is. But people do not pay attention to things that they see often, okay? But you pay a lot of attention to things you don't see as often. Like when you walk into a new environment, you're paying attention to everything, okay? Your brain is processing everything, okay? You walk into a new house or something, a new store, a new restaurant. The second time, you're going to pay attention to less. The third time, you're going to walk in and really not pay attention to anything, okay? That's kind of like what we're seeing here. The 10% or so, or 5%, whatever the number is, that is mad at Elon and the couple dozen or so protesters outside of Giga Texas get a lot more attention than the people actually supporting Elon. So it looks like brand destruction, but you could actually be building a healthy brand narrative around Tesla. Just our brains are paying more attention to the smaller percentage that is pissed off because it's contrarian to what the masses are doing. And I think just logically speaking, I mean, I have hope that Americans are, semi-smart, right? And I think pretty much everyone agrees that some of these things are ridiculous that we spend money on that we shouldn't. Okay, so if 90% or so, I'm guesstimating here, agree that Elon is doing a good thing and want to support Elon, and 10% don't, how is that destructive to the brand? As I have shared in previous videos as well, I think Elon could actually be opening up the conservatives, the gas guzzlers, okay, that love gas vehicles. Elon could actually open them up to buying a Tesla. And, I know a couple of those Republicans, and they are a lot more fond of Elon today than they were before. So I just think this whole brand destruction thing that is being thrown out there and that has negatively affected Tesla stock, about, $130 or so, we're down from all-time highs, is just rubbish. Like it literally is nothing, okay? And will be a buying opportunity in my personal opinion. The question is, does Tesla actually execute on what they have planned for Tesla this year? Cheaper, lower priced Teslas, a successful launch of the Model Y, FSD in the Chinese market, robotaxi this year. If Tesla executes on all of those things, I think Tesla is going to be a $900 stock by the end of this year. Dan Ives believes it could be a $650 stock by the end of this year. But I think Tesla is actually going to excel. I think 20-30% delivery growth is actually possible this year. And that means we're going to likely have a strong Q3 and Q4. Just wait, guys. I saved the best for last. Elon Musk confirms that the new Model Y is going to sell like hotcakes. He shared this post from Tesla Economics that says, mark my words, the new Model Y is going to sell like hotcakes. Now, why is this so incredible? Because obviously the fear that has come over Tesla stock and the Tesla brand recently, Elon Musk, okay, let me put it simply. Elon knows what demand looks like in real time for the Model Y on a day-by-day basis. Elon is telling you that demand is crazy for the Model Y. That's what Elon is telling you here. Now, there's certain laws and regulations that prevent Elon from pumping the stock, right? If Elon were to come out and say, demand is XYZ and, well, it doesn't materialize or something along those lines, you can get in a lot of trouble. So Elon and the Tesla team, they love to give you little like Easter eggs, if you will. Give you like, stay within the boundaries of SEC laws and regulations, but give you new information. And I think that's exactly what Elon was trying to do with this post. To tell you the Model Y is doing very well and it's going to sell very well without actually saying it. And that's exactly what Elon just did. This is, confirmation of, everything people are saying right now is not true for Tesla. Tesla is experiencing, I believe, a positive brand effect from what Elon is doing. And I know it sounds crazy because our brains do not acknowledge the good that's going on for Tesla because we see more of it, but we acknowledge the protesters. We pay more attention to the negatives, the Democrats, the Sheryl Crows that are, selling their Teslas. We pay attention to that, so it forms our narratives. But trust me when I say the masses, they're actually growing on Tesla. Now, again, this really shouldn't be a huge surprise to people because of what we're seeing with the shorts. And just in case you are unfamiliar of what has been going on recently, Tesla has the lowest short interest right now in its business history. Like, in other words, hedge funds and institutions are more bullish now on Tesla than they have ever been. So despite what the stock is doing, despite what some of the narratives are out there, big money, they're not taking a bearish stance on Tesla. You can see the short interest has actually been dropping ever since Tesla's all-time high, where you had almost 81 million shares sold short. Now you're down to about 59 million shares sold short, sitting at 2.13% short interest. We will see where this goes next. If you see a spike in short interest, which you could, given the stock has been falling so much, or if you continue to see the short interest actually fall, that's going to tell us a lot here over the next week or two when the new report comes out. Because if short interest continues to fall, you really want to take a heads up here to what could be coming next, because short sellers, they don't just cover on their short positions as a brand is causing harm that they cannot come back from, right? It just totally proves the whole bearish narrative right now. The whole fear narrative is probably misplaced in Tesla. Short sellers, they're going to be the first ones to go short a bunch of Tesla if they really believe Tesla is in trouble, and that is just not happening. You've also seen option activity in recent days and weeks as Tesla has been falling that is actually very, very positive. On Friday, you had $490 million worth of option activity and a positive order value of 86%. Yeah, Tesla was flat on the day for regular trading, down 0.5% in after hours, and hedge funds, institutions were actually very positive on Tesla. You had 3,600 different trades throughout all of last week, totaling $4.48 billion with a positive order value of 65%. So, not like fantastic, not super bullish, but a lot more bullish than not. 65% positive versus 35% negative. I'll take that. That's almost a 2-to-1 ratio. Governor Bowman says more progress on inflation is needed before further rate cuts. She said this today that she wants to see data that reflects more progress on inflation before cutting interest rates further. While she expects inflation to continue to decelerate this year, she said disinflation may take longer than we would hope. Also in the news today, unemployment spikes in Washington, D.C. as Trump and Musk begin efforts to shrink the government. Jobless filings in Washington, D.C. surged to 1,780 for the week ending February 8th, a 36% increase from the prior week. Since Donald Trump has taken office, nearly 4,000 workers in the city have filed for unemployment insurance. The spike comes as Trump and the Elon Musk-led Department of Government Efficiency Advisory Board have ordered layoffs across the federal government. I mean, that's not the only thing that's spiking. You can also see that Google Trends data for criminal defense attorneys in Washington is also like going vertical. I mean, kind of a strange thing to happen, but we'll see. Oh, and I almost forgot to put this in the video, but many order holders that initially had delivery ranges from February to March for the launch series Model Y in North America are now just showing March dates. So again, back to kind of the repost that Elon made showing that the Model Y is selling like hotcakes. This is going hand in hand with that. Delivery times being pushed out, I mean, is a pretty well confirmation that the Model Y is selling like hotcakes. We've seen, Model Ys rolling out of the factory in Giga Texas already. I don't think there is necessarily like a production issue or delay. I think it's just a demand thing. And, at the same time, people are concerned about Tesla's brand. Tesla could come out with some rock solid numbers. Imagine the shock on everyone's face when Tesla comes out with some ridiculously good numbers over the coming couple of quarters when we were supposed to get this brand deterioration. That's going to feed very well into the bull narrative for Tesla stock. Spanish independent power producer Zalestra has signed a power purchase agreement with Tesla to sell 57 megawatts of capacity from its upcoming solar projects. Quote, "We are excited about this agreement with Tesla, which will allow us to supply clean energy to the automotive industry." And also in the news, Kia has just unveiled the all-electric EV4 sedan and EV4 hatchback, offering a fresh take on the sedan. The EV4 sedan features a sleek, low nose, and long tail silhouette. The EV4 hatchback is a nimble, versatile all-rounder, distinctive and clean. It is built to excel in any situation. And, honestly, let me know your take on this down below in the comment section. I can't tell if I like it or hate it. The Cybertruck X account says yours in the color you prefer. Foundation Series gets complimentary X-Peel vinyl wrap when taking delivery by March 31st. And we can see here in this video FSD being used that does incredibly well during this drive. He says the FSD on the Model Y, the new Model Y, just seems very like aggressive, like driving like a normal person, and you could see that kind of demonstrated here where you come up to turn, and I mean, this is not like simple traffic. It doesn't look like, I don't know where this is, maybe New York or something, but pretty nice turns, pretty human-like turns. And yeah, that's kind of all the drive he did in FSD, but really it looks great. The new Model Y. Merritt also did a poll on X that says, what do you think Tesla's more affordable model will be? And you have stripped down Model 3 and Model Y at 25.4% of votes. All new smaller vehicle at 36.9%, so that seems to be the most popular option. 32% say a cybercab with a steering wheel, and 5.7% say something else. Now, just to wrap up this video, from a technical perspective, I know Tesla trades, very much based on the technicals. You really need to get above this line I've had drawn here. You found resistance on Friday around this level. That's sitting at about $363 per share or so. If you get above that, then you could see a run back up to this 20-day moving average at about $384 per share. The big levels you really want to get above is the 50-day moving average and this downtrending trend line. If you get above this downtrending trend line and the 50-day moving average, which is currently at about $402 per share, that's where you're going to see a much larger run and potentially, into the 500s. But we can't even talk about 500 or new all-time highs until you get above these technical levels. And from what I'm seeing, from all of the news that I shared with you here in this video, I am very optimistic on what the next couple of months could have in store for Tesla. I think there is far more fears and concerns than are logically rational. Just my opinion, though. Let me know what you think down below in the comment section. Ladies and gentlemen, have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one.